Man, the baritone sound in that Rock Lobster is just awesome. I wish I had a baritone guitar. Maybe I could just move the bridge back in this and then I'd have a baritone. Because the scale length would be longer. So, should I do this mod? If you like what you see, show some love. Subscribe, like, comment. So you too have a cheap guitar that's worse than a pile of monkey turds sitting in the corner, like this one here, and you're yearning for a baritone, but you can't find one because they're all sold out everywhere. Well then, we've got just the thing for you here. All you need is a drill, some clamps, a grinder, probably a soldering iron if you care about grounding the bridge once you're done. And also a bandsaw. You can't do any work on guitars without a bandsaw. Just ask my wife. Preferably one that's even bigger than you. First, remove your 3-year-old strings. Here's the wire that you need to resolder to the bridge. So our next step is going to be to drill some super accurate holes here, right behind these. These are going to act as little catches for the string ball ends to sit in, and we're going to put the string ball ends right in there. So first I need to check how big these holes were in the original tremolo thingy here. 4 millimeters is too small. 5 millimeters doesn't quite fit, so perfect. We'll do 5. Okay, so you can see here that I've got little tiny, you can just barely see the holes from where the strings will seat, and they're peeking through. Right there you can see one, for example. So we're going to position the drill based on that. So we finished using the tremolo tool that I told you you would need in order to do this. As you can see, the string slots in there and seats nicely. When we pull it tight, it will stay in there. So now we are ready to mount it to the body. So now we need to position the bridge on the guitar. As you can see, this scale length of this guitar is 25.5. See, there's 5.5. We're going to make it into a baritone. So we're going to just drag it over here and screw it down, yeah? Sounds like a plan to me. I'm going to line up the ruler like this so that it's sitting there like as if it was a string. At this end here, it's lined up there. And there it is going over the pickups. And then we can check it on the other side. Try to get it lined up as if it were the 6th string. And we see that now it could actually come slightly back this way. So this is one of the disadvantages, I would say, of doing this with this guitar, is that these are actually a bit too far apart now. The relationship of the angle, since the strings are not parallel to the nut, they they are wider here at the back than they are at the nut. You see that there's a bit of a challenge right now with getting these to line up directly over the poles. Fortunately, there's not much of a big effect. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and mark these positions where the screws go with an awl and then drill them out. Alright, there it is. Now we got it in. Let's put some strings on it and see how it goes. So the eagle-eyed among you will have noticed that I forgot to drill holes here before mounting the screws, so I can't actually put the strings in. So I'm going to take the bridge back off, drill out the portion of the wood there so that I can put the strings, the ball ends in there. They need some space under the bridge to be able to sit. There they are. Just going to put the strings through here, through the saddle and into the hole, and then it'll sit here in this hole like that. Yeah. So here we go. Just put these. Oh. Yeah, these bridges aren't made for this because you thread the guitar in from the back. So you either have to modify the bridge again to open up the saddles here, or replace the saddles, or put string ferrules and yippee. So the bridge is reinstalled. For our intents, I just went ahead and put the strings and the ball ends in the bottom there and screwed the bridge back on. So not a very elegant solution, admittedly, but it'll work for now. And since we only change strings once every 2 or 3 years anyway, it's not a bad solution. So let's go ahead and tune it up and intonate these. Strings are having a hard time staying in tune on this thing, but I think it's just because they're installed and being put on such a crappy guitar. If I was put on this guitar, I'd be pretty pissed off too. I wouldn't want to cooperate either. Alright, sounds pretty sick. I've got it tuned to A standard now. Not quite the right key for Rock Lobster, but I got the right scale length for A standard, so let's rock out some heavy jams like the B-52s. Seems like it's out of tune again. But it's not. Moving the bridge back throws off the fret positions of all of these. In order to intonate it, I went ahead and tried to place the bridge so that it was at perfect position, so that halfway would be the 14th fret. That's why I chose 720 millimeters, because 720 divided by 2 is 360, and that's right about the position here. So I still wasn't able to intonate it very well, but yeah, I think the only way to get this thing actually playable in higher fret positions is to take them off and have a fretless guitar. So if you want to see me do that, then Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. One could turn this junk pile into something worthwhile. Hey, that rhymed. But yeah, go ahead. If you've got any other ideas for how to make this better, I'd love to hear them. If you've got any questions, go ahead and answer, and I'd be happy to. Something else worth noting is that now, since I've increased the distance between the bridge and the bridge pickup, I've lost a lot of accentuation. So what the bridge pickup used to hear was something like this. And what the bridge pickup hears now, and what the neck pickup hears. So there's very little difference now between what the bridge and the neck pickup hear, whereas before there was a big difference because it was back close to the bridge. I've lost that. So would I recommend you do this mod? If you like the song that was playing while when there was a bit of work going on, it was written on this guitar, for this guitar, if you can call that writing. And if you like that and you want to do some more atonal and totally bizarre music, then yeah, by all means, do this. If you want to play with other people, then it's not a very good idea because it's got its completely own unique tuning, if you can call it a tuning. And yeah, it won't really play well with other instruments unless they're also equally atonal and or just out of tune, and or just doing their own thing completely, and you're just doing completely chaotic music. Then it would work probably also. But otherwise, I would say this is a pretty dumb modification. So you shouldn't just take your bridge and move it back. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something, and I hope you come back for more. I've got some great ideas for some oddball modifications that you don't hear about too often. So subscribe, like, and comment below. I'll see you next time. Cheers!